Hey guys, this is the Longbeard here. I was just letting you know this episode was actually recorded last week because this week I will actually be out of town. So next week we will both be in town with a brand new episode. Just a heads up, this was recorded a week ago. So hope you enjoy. We'll be back live next week. Bye.
To be honest,
You got a what?
I gotta get on a diet, dude.
For what? For fucking what?
I'm gonna start training, man.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna actually box. I'm not gonna go out and like get in fights and stuff or like try to fight, but I'm gonna train like a boxer.
Like,
Because it just feels good.
feels good?
Yeah, man. You ever do like a really hard, strenuous exercise after you're done, you feel like fucking Superman?
No.
Oh.
No, I've had sex before and it was cool.
Well, there's that too. I mean, you know. But you'll be better. You'll be better at sex and you'll be able to do it longer if you're in shape.
It's like, yeah, sex is cool, but have you ever worked out really hard?
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to be more outdoorsy, man. I want to go like canoeing and stuff. Like,
canoeing?
be like a man.
Yeah, catch fish with your bare hands.
Maybe with a fishing pole.
No, you gotta wade on in the water. Just wait till they're, you gotta get like trout or something. That way they like jump out of the water. That way you can just smack them onto the shore. You're just in the water, jumps out, boom, just up to the shore.
Just slap the shit out of it. I just feel like we're in the perfect area, dude. Like we could go fucking dead, like you know, nature hikes, shit like that.
Or you could do like those people do, just stick your mouth or stick your hands in like the catfish mouth and just like pull them up out of the water and like throw them. I'm telling people do that, man.
I know.
They do that.
That's the craziest shit ever. People.
I feel like I could do that.
I would have to get good at it. You know what I mean? You have to work at something like that. I feel.
I mean, it's not hard to have a fish bite your hand if you know what you're doing.
I guess you're telling the truth. Where you go?
Where am I going?
You go straight. And then you'll take
it's
a left.
This one.
Yeah.
I was trying to turn left into a cow field.
That person was probably like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, they were like, I know I'm in the right place.
Hello, haunted house. Goodbye, haunted house.
We still need to go there, man.
We do. We need to skate in there. I'm just kidding. I don't skate.
What would be really funny is if you walk in there and that's all there is, just like a bunch of half pops.
Yeah. What the fuck? This
It's
is
like,
pretty,
oh damn, someone beat us to it.
This is a pretty gnarly spot. Did you ever watch Viva La Bam when you were a kid?
Fuck yes.
Do you remember when he turned his house into a skate park?
Yeah.
That was badass, wasn't it?
That was so it's funny. Middle school, that was my Friday ritual. I'd come home from school. My dad would always stop and get pals on his way home from work.
Yeah.
So like 6 o'clock, that's all I did was just eat pals and watch Viva La Bam.
Oh, such a good show.
Dude, that's some of my best memories, man.
Me too, dude. I miss when Jackass used to come on at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right after the Girls Gone Wild commercials.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know, wait, that's King of the Hill.
Oh yeah, because it just had that one little riff.
From now on, like every time I hear that song, that's the first thing I think of, being at my grandma's house at like 3 a.m. on the couch.
And watching Jackass.
Yeah. Which explains a lot about me, how I turned out. Like,
It's like, yeah, I guess it all started when I first saw Jackass.
it really did. Because, you know, they were always like, do not try this at home. And then we tried at home.
Dude, they knew.
They knew we were going to try to hurt ourselves.
They just got to do that for, like, the legal part
Exactly. They can't get sued if they say it.
of it. It's like, dude, we told them.
Those fucking retards.
Like, I don't know why, but they just felt like they needed to keep doing it.
I'm going to grab coffee and my electronic cigarette.
Yeah, that poor thing. He's like yanking it. We're talking about a dog.
I hate that I missed that, to be honest.
We're talking about a dog. We're talking about Seth's neighbor.
I'd laugh.
Sounds like Timmy from South Park.
Timmy.
And, he had his dog outside on a leash, and he was like trying to get it to come up the steps, and I look over and all I hear is "Come on, come on,
Yeah.
come on."
You sound like Wolverine.
No.
You said no.
Nah.
My hips don't lie. Something I needed to get out there.
I feel like you lie though.
Yeah, that's why I have the hips. It equals out.
Tell me to tell the truth.
Yeah, I gotta tell the truth with my hips. I tell the lies with my mouth. It's the gayest thing I've ever said in my life. Not that that's a bad thing. Always gotta backpedal on comments like that.
Yeah.
People get so mad these days.
I think it's funny though, like the few like gay people that I know like don't get offended by it.
Yeah, I know.
Like Joe and Alex,
They laugh.
they think it's hilarious, and it's because they appreciate the humor though.
Exactly.
Like
They know that we're not attacking them personally. We have I have attacked every lifestyle ever.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure.
if you're gonna get technical, like I've made jokes about even my lifestyle.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I have.
Like,
I've totally done that before. I do it all the time.
yeah.
Make fun of everything. I'm a nihilist. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's a joke. It's the only way to rationalize anything, man.
Because it is.
Exactly.
Like, it. See?
When you're outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
When you're outside looking in,
You know it.
a group of people, like the Supreme Court, for example, you could easily make fun of that shit.
Yeah.
Let's get together and pretend we're talking about important shit. Then we're gonna tell you what words you can't say on television.
Yeah, I got these. So how long has that store been there?
For like ever.
Because the top of this cigarette pack had fucking dust on it.
Well, you also gotta take into consideration, who smokes Baileys?
Dude, they are the cheapest.
He said.
I know one person who smokes Baileys, actually. Two people. My friend John, both of his grandparents smoke Baileys.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
See? And they are both in their 70s, which is probably why they smoke Baileys.
I was about to say, like Eleanor Carrico, for example.
She smoked Baileys?
No, she smokes Salem's. She's like the second person I've ever met that smokes Salem's. And the first guy that I met that smoked Salem's was like 75 years old.
That and I remember one Thanksgiving I bought Virginia Slim 120s. It was like smoking a fucking toothpick.
They're like this long and this
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, it was weird. Like the box that it came in was a fucking square.
Yeah, I know. It was weird.
Like, because they're so small.
My Aunt BJ smoked those.
BJ?
Yeah. Yeah, that was her name.
Now I'm gonna make fun of it.
I understand that completely. Old Auntie Blowjob. Probably shouldn't call her that, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah, see, I never had no one in my family ever went by just initials.
Let's see, I've had BJ, let's see, TJ, a lot of J names. LJ, it's only 3.
I could technically go by it.
Yeah, you can.
Joseph Jordan. JJ.
What's up, JJ?
Don't call me that.
Don't call me that, he says.
As I refer to myself.
Just Joshin', is that what it stands for? No.
Yeah.
Just Joshin'.
No, you remember that show that came on Nickelodeon, Just Jordan?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
God damn it. Yes, I remember
I was just making sure that
You weren't the only one.
I wasn't the only one. Like, it was just in my mind that it came on TV.
Well, I thought As Told by Ginger was made up by me until I looked it up.
That was a good show.
Because nobody else... See,
Dude,
thank you.
That was a funny show.
No one else? Well, like, I'd bring it up. Oh, I've never seen it. What is that?
Dude, it was so good.
It's about some dumb Irish chick that came over here.
That liked a black guy with headgear.
Yeah.
I remember that. And his name was Darren.
Of all names.
His name was Darren. And then she had a friend named Courtney. I don't remember what the other friend was. And then her brother was, I can't remember what the brother's name was, but his friend was Carl. No, the brother was Carl. That's what it was.
Carl.
It wasn't Llamas with Hats, though. It was a cartoon.
It was a cartoon. It was a cartoon. I watched it.
Dude, that show was so good. Nickelodeon used to, like, ball out on shows, man.
They used to own the airwaves of cartoon.
Well, even, like, the live-action stuff, because that's when you had, like, Cousin Skeeter and Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh was the shit.
Dude.
It's like they made Drake and Josh for, like, 15-year-olds.
Dude, it was so good. The best scene from that show is I forget what they did, but they're, like, getting questioned by police. And Josh is like, no, you have the wrong guys. That's not us. And the cops were like, well, the victim said that it was two young Caucasian males. And then Drake looks at him and he's like, see, you got the wrong guys. We're not Caucasian, we're white. We're white.
It's gonna work out.
That show was it was honestly like ahead of its time.
Pretty edgy too.
It was.
Sometimes.
Some of its jokes were just like, I can't believe they said that.
Especially on Nickelodeon.
Have you heard the thing about the guy that created that show though? Dan Snyder?
What happened?
Well, he created a bunch of them actually. He did that one. He did Zoe 101. He did Victorious. He did a lot of them, but apparently he's like a pedophile.
I saw that coming.
Yeah, and he wanted to work with like all these kids, and he has like a foot fetish. And if you like look back, especially on like Zoe 101 and Victorious and shows like that, they have a lot of like foot stuff on there, which is really weird because he has a foot fetish, and that didn't come out until like afterwards. And then the girl from Zoe 101, the main girl from it,
Britney Spears' sister.
yeah, when she got pregnant, there was a lot of speculation that it was his.
Jesus Christ.
And he was like 47 or something. And she was like 16 or something. She was young.
She was a youngin'. Yeah, I remember. That was a good show, in my opinion. I liked Zoe 101.
They had so many good shows. Drake and Josh is coming out with another show.
Are they really?
Yeah. Because, ironically enough, I follow Josh on his YouTube channel.
Dude, that's gonna be cool.
And he had Drake on there a couple days ago, and they are like working on a TV show together. It's basically like a reboot. Hopefully the wind is not picking up that much on that.
I doubt it.
It looks like it is.
Oh, you're probably right then, in that case. It's like yesterday, I was trying to start a fire and it was really dry, so I was using notebook paper. Wait, no, it was like really wet, so I was using notebook paper because it's wet. And everybody freaked out. They were like, Seth, you're gonna start a fire. And I was like, not in these conditions. I'm having a hard time getting it going in the pit. What are you talking about? Like,
that's the best fire starter though, is like paper.
I hate being reprimanded by 12-year-olds though. That shit kills me.
What? Were they 12?
No, they're probably like 15, 16.
I was going to say.
But it's just like, dude, I've been around the block. I know how to start fires. Do I look like a guy that has never started a fire before?
Nah, you look like you've started a couple.
Yeah.
To churches.
Yeah, that too. But, no, I accidentally set a hillside on fire once, though, with oil.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was because I was being stupid, and my friend Jesse was hanging out with me, and we were like right beside his house, and there was just a bunch of abandoned oil. So I just started throwing down the hill, and Jesse was like, "What are you doing?" And then I pulled some matches out, and he was like, "Dude, don't do." And then before he could even get it out, I'd thrown a match, and the whole hillside just caught on fire. And he was like, "You're gonna burn our house down." And
But you didn't.
It took us like 2 hours to put it out.
Hell yeah.
It did. It was so
Dude,
scary.
let's go start a fire.
Yeah, let's do that. I can't get away with it now. I'm not 16.
Oh yeah, it's not a slap on the wrist anymore.
No, but
Slap on the wrist and a ride home.
I made sure to get all that out of me before I turned like 20.
What, like illegal stuff?
Yeah, like burning shit.
Like vandalism.
Yeah, like breaking stuff. Like, you know, like just for no reason. I remember like you'd go past these abandoned ass like warehouses and stuff.
Throw shit at the windows.
Exactly, and break that shit.
I did the same thing, man. I still do that. Who am I kidding?
It's fun.
Dude, especially if it's at night.
Yeah, nobody.
In a real bad neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't care. For some reason, you're in a bad neighborhood. They're just like, oh, it happens every day.
Oh, it's those damn teenagers again. Nope, you're wrong. It is a 25-year-old who had a little too much to drink last night.
Getting real bored. Wants to break some shit.
It's the best, man.
I feel like you're, sometimes when you drink, like, your primitive brain comes out. You just want to see...
Like my caveman brain.
You just want to see stuff break or burn. It happens to me. It happens to everybody, I think. Like,
I think it does.
That's why there's so many fights when you get drunk.
Yeah. Yep.
You become monkey. Ooh. Fucking beating the shit out of people for no reason. Getting the shit beat out of you for no reason.
I like to think that the guy who created glass just created it to like break it.
Yeah, right. He was like, all right, now I get to do something a little more satisfying.
But on another note of people creating things, whoever the first woman was who said, I'm going to shave my legs, I want to meet her and shake her hand.
Me too. You know, I've talked about radical feminism before.
Oh, we know. We know.
You know, I hate radical feminism so much. I hate radical ideas in general, though. Like, radical liberals, radical conservatives, radical Islam. It's all just too much.
Yeah.
Go outside and enjoy your life. You do not have to commit to these stupid ideas that divide people.
That's my motto. It's okay to be rad.
Yeah.
Just don't be radical.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking. Once you start radicalizing stuff, you start separating people.
I'm going to get that tattooed on me somewhere.
Be rad.
It's okay to be rad. Just don't be radical.
Yeah.
That dude. Putting that shit on the internet right now.
Because I forgot what it was. It's like you're trying to say, all right, the original idea of feminism was that women were equal. Because they are equal. They're human beings just like you.
Yeah, we can say that.
They are. They totally.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
He was joking. He was, but not like. And whenever you get into radical feminism, it's like they're trying to say that men are stupid and they're better than men, and we would have a better world without men.
You would also die.
Exactly.
The population would die.
Yeah, because you need
sperm.
And it's sad because, like, if you get with a radical feminist and you're trying to, like, talk to her about ideas,
Are you with a radical feminist?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, if you're just with someone and you're talking and you're, like, exchanging ideas, she's gonna dismiss all of your ideas just because you have a penis.
I was gonna say, I didn't think that your girlfriend seemed that radical about anything.
Not at all. She's not.
She likes Coldplay. I know that.
She likes to make fun of shit like that.
Oh, well, see,
Which is what I enjoy about her the most.
That's okay. We make fun of shit like that.
Exactly. That's why we get along so well, I think. We just sit there and riff for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then she's like, I gotta go. I love you. I love you, too.
Yeah. Ours is the same way, only it's I gotta go, love you. I'm gonna go do monitors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be back.
I gotta go do some monitors. Love you, man.
Gotta go work. Love you. Love you, buddy.
Love you, mean it. God. Fucking Jackie, she came in Saturday, and it was cool.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, because everybody gave a shit all of a sudden. Because Jackie was there.
Thank you, Jackie, by the way. Thank you for showing up, because sometimes people just don't care at that place, and then you show up and they start to care again, and it's like, I'm not the only one. You know, it doesn't even look like I care, though, because I'm being, like, told all the time. Like, Seth, you got to do this, and it's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the difference is you start doing it after that.
True.
Like, you can tell some people, like, hey, this is what you need to do, and they're like, all right. Nah.
Dismiss it completely. Dude, your boss just told you what you need to do to be successful, and you're fucking it up, pal. You just keep fucking it up.
Oh, man.
I've had a very positive attitude there lately.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, we've got a good group that we work with. Between, like, You, me, Tim, Thomas, Roberta, and Eric. Like, we've got a good group. We'll have Eric back this week.
Really sucks that Eric didn't get that position, though.
Did he not? Did he hear back from it?
Well, I just feel like he would have already heard by now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was, I mean, I about said it was last month, which last month was only a week ago. So, I mean, it could be. Well, 2 weeks by the time that people hear this one. Because we're doing a double header.
Double header.
Back-to-back podcasts. 2 in 1 day.
I'm trying to be cool, but I can't because I suck.
Right now?
All the time.
Oh.
Like, I'm not cool. I'm the opposite of cool.
No, I think you're cool.
I think I'm alright.
I think I'm aight.
I think I'm pretty tight. I'm pretty...
It's every girl's aspiration. I want to be tight. Jokes.
I love peaches.
Like ass.
Sorry. People don't know that about me. I'm kind of an ass man sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
It's like, you know, I think I'm a both type dude. Like, if you have both, I freak out.
I'm like either one.
See, me too. That's what I'm saying.
Like I appreciate both,
Me too.
but I am not
Sometimes.
into anal though.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know. I've never been like, hey, you shit from there. Let me put my dick in it.
the thing about that is, I got conned into it.
How do you get conned into it?
I had a girlfriend.
You were in jail.
No, I was not in jail. Which, you know, judging by my lifestyle, you could say that and people would probably believe it.
I got conned into it, you know. He said, hey, you dropped the soap. You better get that.
No, I had this girlfriend in 10th grade.
Ooh.
I was like 15, she was like 14.
Okay.
And she was like, I want to have sex, but I want to stay a virgin.
Was she Catholic?
No, she was just stupid, which is pretty much the same thing.
I want to have sex, but I also want to stay a virgin.
Yeah, so she was like, you can do it back there. So I did it back there, and she cried. It was a bad time.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Bad time for her.
Speaking of crying
I wrote
after
it out.
sex,
Oh, no.
my favorite story.
That's my
the-
favorite story.
My wife, the guy that she lost her virginity to, cried after the first time. I actually talked to her about that the other day because I brought it up. I don't know what brought it up. She said something about him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the dude that cried." And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "It's weird too because she told me the full story." So they were at you know where the skate in is.
Yeah.
All right, you know that little hill where there's like a bunch of nothing.
Yes.
Like that's where they were.
That's where I used to smoke weed.
And she was like, I don't even think like he got it like in all the way. She's like, I don't even know if either of us actually finished.
Probably why he cried.
And he was just like, she said that he just started crying, and I was like, well, did you cry? And she's like, no, I just kind of sat there like I didn't know what to do. And then he looked over at her and said, you can never leave me now.
Really?
Said, you can never leave me now. You can, as he's crying.
What a pussy.
Dude.
Sorry.
It made, oh God, it's so funny.
That was my first thought.
Like, dude, it's so funny.
I'm such a Neanderthal.
It's so funny now because, and the reason it's funny though is because he like works out a whole bunch now.
Yeah, I know.
And so, I mean, he's pretty big, I guess.
He's jacked.
Like his Facebook profile picture is him lifting up his shirt and like lifting down his pants so
Yeah, I
you can
know.
see like the V
I know.
or whatever.
I know.
And he just, all right, ladies, if you know who I'm talking about, he cries after sex. So have fun with that. And he will say you can never leave him. I'm not, this is the one time I will not mention names.
Yeah, right. Connor. That's his.
Sure.
It's close.
It rhymes with
Spammer.
Spammer Giselle.
We're going to dark places.
No. I think that this is getting better.
Yeah, it is. It's getting juicy.
Each episode gets better.
It's
I feel like
it's getting to be like it's a tomato. It just gets juicier.
Dude, yes.
And juicier.
We are at the peak ripeness.
Dude.
Right now.
Oh man, that's the scariest part. Hitting your peak.
of like,
people are always trying to top their peak.
what is your peak?
I don't know yet.
Like, I feel like my life is kind of plateaued.
We haven't been in this comedy game very long, bro.
I feel like, well, I'm not meaning this.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we've hit our peak yet.
Not at all.
I think we are at the tip of the iceberg. We have so much to offer.
We do. We have a lot.
It's
We have a lot to give you people.
But no, I think just in life in general, I think I've kind of hit like a plateau because I'm kind of comfortable with where I'm at.
Yeah. Don't get comfortable.
Well, it's about to not be. Me and Stephanie have started talking about having kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's about to not be comfortable. I'm about to fuck up my own sleep schedule if it happens.
Well, it's worth it.
It is. I think it would be. Like, we already have like names picked out too. We're both hoping for a boy though, which is gonna end badly because we'll end up with like a girl.
Yeah, totally. That's how it
But
goes.
we have names picked out though. If it is a girl, it is going to be Jocelyn Hayden Lowry. And if it is a boy, it is going to be Jordan Milo Lowry.
Milo.
And he will go by Milo. He will be like me. He will be damned for the rest of his life because he goes by his middle name.
Milo Goes to College is one of my favorite albums ever by the Descendants.
That is a good album.
I love that album. I haven't listened to it in a very long time, but they had Suburban Home on there, and that shit's so good.
They are,
different.
They are, because they're like...
They're punk, but they're pop.
But they're also like... They have like... on the verge of like screamo vocals sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, they're like... They took, like, the best things about pop, punk, and metal and, like...
Just formed them all
one.
together.
Yeah.
That's why Fat Mike signed them.
Yeah.
He was like, these guys are... Hey, you know, he heard them first and he thought they sucked.
I think that's a lot of people's first impressions, though. They listen to it the first time, they're like, this is terrible.
This is garbage. Yeah. No, it's funny because Fat Mike walks up to him and he's apparently like, you guys are never going to get signed.
And then he's the one that
He
signed
signs
them.
him like a year later.
He's like, hey, I was kidding. You guys should totally get signed.
On my label.
Yeah, dude. Did you see, I don't know what just made me think of this. Did you see the video of, it's somewhere in Europe, I would imagine like Britain or Ireland or something, but it's a guy, the cops are like wanting to search him, and his friend is like filming it. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
It's so funny because they're like, yo, we got a call that a guy was walking, around the police station, and he was like on the phone acting suspicious. He was like, yeah, I was talking to my daughter. It's her birthday. He's like, I can show you my phone records. I made a call to my friend and my work colleague talking about the job that I'm about to do, and then I called my daughter on her birthday, and you can search my phone records. It'll show that. And they were like, oh, well, we need to search you. And he's like, no. He's like, I have no gun. He's like, I have no guns. I have no weapons. I have no drugs. What are you going to search me for? And they're like, well, we just have to search you. And he was like, okay, well, I mean, are you going to take me to jail if I don't consent to the search? And they're like, well, no. He's like, okay, then I'm just going to take the warning and walk. Like, bye. And,
see you later.
And they were like, oh, you can't leave. No. And
Cops are so weird.
So it's like a 6-minute video, and like towards the end, he's like, all right, fuck it, search me, whatever, go ahead and search me. So the guy like pats him down, and they're like, all right, yeah, you don't have anything. He's like, oh, imagine that, I just said I don't have anything. And then it's 2 guy cops and a girl cop, and the girl cop's just kind of quiet the whole time. She's just kind of standing there, and it's like an older guy and a younger guy. And the older guy's like, well, you can't leave yet. And like starts pulling his arm. He's like, take your shirt off. And he's like, I'm not taking my shirt off.
You
like
I
obviously have
kind of weird shit.
He's like, I obviously have nothing on me. He's like, this guy just did a search. And the old guy's like, no, you gotta say, we gotta check like the inside of your shoes and blah blah blah. And he's like, no. And then he's like, are you done with the search? And the young cop's like, yeah, I'm done with the search. Then he's like, all right, I'm leaving now. And then, like, they're like, still trying to talk to him. And it's so funny because he just, like, looks back. He's like, get fucked. And just
Get fucked.
And just walks away. Oh, it's so good.
People are the worst, man.
Yeah, like...
You did not need to detain that man at all. Yeah, that's the thing. We're at a point in society where if you're just walking down the street minding your own business, cops are like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing, man? Why are you walking?
Yeah, why are you walking? Hey, why are you walking?
Because that's what we do to get from point A to point B on the fucking sidewalk.
It's like, that's the whole reason this little strip of concrete is here.
Yeah, and you're wanting me
to not be here.
I shouldn't have to explain this.
It's like, man,
we've come too far, I feel like, and not far enough.
Yeah, like it. We could go for hours talking about that, though.
I wish we could just evolve already to like the next step.
What is the next step, do you think?
I don't know, like...
No cops?
No, I love cops. I think we should be able to police them, though. You know what I mean?
I think we're getting close.
Yeah.
I think we are getting close, though.
Because they have a certain conduct that they have to follow and uphold. We're not going to respect you if you're not doing that. And it's just going to make people hate cops. And you shouldn't hate cops because we need them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely obvious that we need cops. We need police. I support the police due to the fact that they have a dangerous job. I mean, they do have a dangerous job. There's no doubt about that. But there are cops that take advantage of the power they've been given.
Yeah, it's a lot of cops, I think, get in it because they want that, like, power trip. I mean, there's a bunch, like you said, that are literally just doing their job.
Yeah,
but a lot of them, I feel like it's just the power trip for them.
It is. Most of the time.
I got bullied in high school, so I'm going to bully you.
That's why we need justice reform, man. We need to do... the justice system needs to be reformed, first of all. I mean, that much is obvious, because we got people going to prison for, like, 20 years, and they've done something minor, like a gram of weed.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't...
It's just not good. It's not productive. The only thing that helps is the prisons, because the prisons need free labor. You know, they make the license plates. They do all that shit. They need free labor. What better way to get free labor than to lock up some dude who's just trying to mind his own business?
Yeah.
He breaks one little fraction of the law that shouldn't even be a law, because Thomas Jefferson smoked weed.
Oh.
The founding fathers smoked weed.
So you said license plates. It made me think of a dad joke that my dad had at the wherever you like register your car to get the little sticker that goes on the license plate.
Right.
So when I got this car, he went with me because we were still like iffy on the insurance. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get my own or if I was gonna like stay on theirs. So he went with me to bring his insurance in case they needed his.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, okay, well, if you're setting it up on your own, you know, whatever. So he was just there. And he was listening to me and the girl at the window talk. And she was like, okay, well, we've got a couple different license plates. She's like, do you want, like, a special one, like, all the, like, with the different picture or anything? I was like, no, I'll just take the ones like that, you know? And she was like, okay, well, we've got ones like that. We've also got a newer one that says, "In God We Trust" above it. She's like, which one do you want? I was like, I'll just take the regular one. Like, that's fine. And she's like, yeah, those are the older ones. They're getting ready to be discontinued. She's like, you can still use it as long as your sticker's up to date, but they're getting ready. Like, all of them are about to say, "In God We Trust." I was like, yeah, just give me an old one. I don't care. And so she's like, all right, that'll be $57. And my dad was just like, for an old one?
Dad's the shit. Your dad sounds so cool.
He was like, for an old one?
Sounds like she really wanted you to take the "In God We Trust" one.
She did not see the humor in it. She just kind of looked at him like, because obviously, I mean, the joke was that, oh, it's a new license plate. It's the old design. That was the joke. But she took it as, this guy's retarded and is thinking we're like reselling license plates.
Some shit.
Because she just looked at him and was like, yes, it's 50 whatever dollars, and then looked back at me.
So if jokes like that go over your head and you work for the state, is it safe to assume that you really don't need to be that qualified for these jobs?
She was young too. She was younger than me. I could tell, like, she looked like she was like fresh out of high school. Like she was like 18, had to be. She was young.
One of them daddy jobs.
My daddy works here.
My daddy got me a job. Fuck off.
It's the same equivalent of my daddy bought me a truck.
My dad helped me buy that truck. He didn't like give me the money, but he co-signed on it, and I'm still paying on that motherfucker.
Yeah, the first car I ever bought, my parents did buy it for me, but it was only like $600.
Yeah.
And then the car that I bought, I got a loan for it, and my mom co-signed for me. Wow.
I know.
My mom co-signed for me. This car right here, though, all by myself, man. I went to a car lot.
I like the story behind this car.
Why I had to get it?
Yeah, because they tried to hide it from the bank, so they painted it all shitty. Like.
Yeah, because it's a repoed car. So, I mean, it's all black underneath, but they did a real shitty plasti dip job on it. And like made it white, and then used like a spray paint plasti dip on the top and on the hood. And they just tried to hide it from the bank. It's like, man, y'all are new to this. You know you got to scratch the VIN number off.
They didn't do that?
No, it's still the original VIN number. It's on one of these sides. Yeah, it's still the original VIN number. They didn't scratch it off. They painted the rims red, and then painted white plasti dip like on the doors.
Nobody'll notice.
The plasti dip's starting to come off though too.
Just because they did a shit job.
Yeah,
they were trying to be quick.
It's like peeling in certain places. I'm almost tempted to just like get the plasti dip remover and just like remove it.
You want to hear a story about that dent?
Yeah,
it's a good story. So
the one on the bumper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was driving.
Okay.
As you do in a vehicle, and I was coming home from ACT. Used to work at ACT back in the day. And, yeah, right. But this chick that I had worked with gave me a little bit of some stuff.
Meth?
No meth.
At ACT, it's meth.
It was just bud.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it probably had meth in it.
I didn't do meth. I've never done meth. I will never do meth. But yeah, I was driving home and I had this shit in my pocket, and it's like an hour drive. So I'm already paranoid.
Oh yeah, because that's in Johnson City, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm already a little paranoid. And I'm driving, and finally I get to the stoplight. It's a red light. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I see this car. It's approaching. And I'm like, I don't really think too much of it. No big deal. Well, he gets closer and closer. I see that this man is looking down, and he is texting. Okay, he is texting. It like all slows down for me. And I'm just like, he is totally going to hit my car. There's no way he's going to get out of this. So I see him, looks up just soon enough to see that he is right there.
Just kind of side swipes it.
Yeah, he's like this. He does this number here to try and like go around, but he catches the bumper.
Yeah.
And it feels like this to me because I'm in a truck and he's in a tiny ass little Hyundai.
You moved like half an inch.
I felt this is what I felt. Okay. So then I look behind me and I'm like, "Hey man, are you okay?" And he's like freaking out. He's speaking broken English. He is a Mexican man.
How old was he?
He was like late 30s.
That means he was not here legally.
That's what I'm saying. He came out and he was like, I fix. And I was like, don't we need to like pull up somewhere? And he was like, no, I fix. And I was like, I'll tell you what, man. You fix your car, I'm just going to drive home. And he was like, okay, that sounds good, I fix. So then I just drive off.
Yeah.
And I'm looking in the rearview mirror. I think he wanted me to stay. But I didn't understand that. Because he was sitting in the middle of the road and he did the football goal. He did the football, he had his hands up. And I just kept going. I was like, I'm not sticking around for this.
Should have just waved like, yeah, bye.
See you later, dude. So somewhere out there.
That must be how they wave in Mexico.
I feel like I saved that man from getting deported though. Because he didn't have insurance either.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he was.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I kept going. I fix.
He was about to have a bad time.
I was like, dude, he's probably. He should be glad I left if he's not. Like,
yeah, that ungrateful Mexican man just trying to get you to come back.
Not once. Not on his life.
Oh man.
That's where that dent. I haven't fixed that dent. That was like 3 years ago.
He was gonna fix it, dude.
I fix. Fuck him. Fuck him. Should have been paying attention. You don't text and drive. I know I don't.
I used to be real bad about it. I don't now, but yeah, I used to be real bad at it.
When I drive, I'm looking straight the fuck ahead.
I do now, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I used to be real bad about texting and driving.
so did my girlfriend until I made her stop. I was like, nah, I'm not riding with you if you do this shit. You're scaring me and the world. Like,
I will use like a talk to text sometimes.
Yeah, that's easy.
If I'm like on my way somewhere, I'll just be like on my way. But I don't read the reply till I get there.
people that, like, it's like psychologically proven you can't multitask.
Especially while you're driving.
Yeah. And people that say they can multitask are probably doing a shitty job at all their tasks.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. They're not devoting enough energy to the task at hand. They're all spread out and fucked up.
Yeah.
You need a system as a person because human beings are system based.
Yeah.
That's why we have routines.
Yeah, I have a morning routine.
Me too.
That's about the only routine I have. Wake up, shit, shower, drink coffee, roll my cigarettes for the day. I've got to get back. I've got to get a bag of tobacco. I'm out right now.
Roll my cigarettes for the day.
Well, I'm out of tobacco right now. That's why I had to go buy a pack real quick. And then go to work. Except on the weekends when I'm off. And then it's
Awesome.
Well, I drive Uber and Lyft Friday and Saturday nights, so I usually sleep in on a Saturday and Sunday.
I'm gonna try when shift day comes around to just do 8 to 5 Monday through Friday again.
You're gonna try and do 8 to 5 Monday through Friday?
Yeah. Either that or like
uh,
12:15 to 9 Monday through Friday.
Thomas said that he would work Saturdays. He was like, I know, I'm the newest one. He's like, I don't care. I'll work Saturdays.
I like working Saturdays, but
You can get a lot of shit done. That's when I used to get a bunch of shit done. Was when I worked on Saturdays.
That's what I did this weekend. I went in there and I did like a bunch of monitors. And, I did a game plan this Saturday, even though I know we weren't supposed to.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
I just have to do it, man, or else I feel like I'm not performing to the best of my ability.
I mean, that's fair.
Which I never am, really, because I get too hopped up, and I'm like, I think too much about the situation instead of just doing it. You know
Yeah, that's
what I mean?
fair enough.
You need to start just doing stuff. You need to Nike it up.
Just do it.
Just do it, dude.
Yeah.
It's like working out. I always talk about how I'm going to get on a workout plan. I'm going to get on a diet plan. Just need to do it. You know?
I've thought about it a lot, and then I was like, nah.
I just want to be a monster, dude.
I just want to lose weight.
And I want to feel good.
Like, I just want to lose weight. Like, I'm not that big right now.
Right.
But, I don't know. I think I would feel better, even like physically and mentally. Like, I think I would feel better.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of my anxiety has to do with the fact that I'm just like chugging coffee and nicotine and not a lot of exercise at all.
I'm not cutting those out.
You're like,
Trevor's fucking jacked, and he smokes like a freight train and drinks a lot of coffee, so it can be done.
oh, I know it can be done. I'm just saying, like, I feel like just due to the chemicals that I put in my body, I don't react to them very well, like nicotine and caffeine.
You don't react to nicotine very well.
Well, I get anxious, like antsy.
Oh, you get like kind of jittery.
Yeah, same thing with coffee. And I've been drinking coffee for like 6 years, though. That's the thing. It's like I'm not building a tolerance to it whatsoever. like I'm just...
It doesn't like get me jittery anymore, but I can tell when I don't have caffeine.
Yeah.
Like it's like just part of my life. Like my body's like, oh, we about to get our daily caffeine intake. Yeah.
Yummy.
But if I don't get it, I get a headache.
It'd be better if coffee didn't taste as fucking good as it does.
That's true, man.
People say coffee doesn't taste good. Those people lie.
You can make it taste good too. Like if you're not even a fan of black coffee, you can get creamer and shit to put in it. Like you can tailor it to your taste.
Most of the people that think coffee doesn't taste good are also the same people that were brought up on Folgers. There are more coffees out there, people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can tailor it so much too. Like there's hot coffee, cold coffee. There's different flavors of coffee, different ways you can brew it. There's different stuff you can put in it. Like there is so
many
like honestly,
options.
there's so many options when it comes to coffee. But those are also the same people. They're like, I don't like coffee, but they'll drink LaCroix.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
drink
drink
your
LaCroix. Oh boy, back on that stupid TV static drink.
Call back to the last episode.
Yeah, hello past. We still hate LaCroix. That's a fucking fact. Sounds like it should be a place. Sounds like it should be a place in Texas that nobody goes to.
LaCroix, Texas.
Yeah, everybody hates it there. There's like one saloon in Tumbleweed.
I had an idea for one of our sketches is that we make a Western, but it's based in Bristol.
Down for that.
And, you know how in Western movies, at the beginning, it'll show the tumbleweed going across the screen? Well, it'll just be a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Because of the fucking trash.
Yeah, everywhere.
It'll just be a plastic bag blowing in the wind.
Katy Perry will be playing.
And then it starts. I told that to Stephanie, and she said the same thing. She's like, you know, had that Katy Perry song playing? I'm like, no. The joke does not call for that attention-seeking whore.
She's so hot.
Not now.
You said not now. What do you mean?
Have you seen her on American Idol lately?
I'd still just
Dude, she's fucking crazy.
bend that over. Sorry.
John Mayer did.
No.
Did you see where she was like, John Mayer's the best that I've ever had? And then, like, he did an interview. He's like, I cannot say the same.
I cannot say the same. She probably just laid there. She reminds me of one of those people that would just lay there because she thinks she's, like, so hot that she doesn't have to do the work.
In my experience, girls like that are the ones that talk it up the most, though.
She's, like, conceited as fuck. That's the only thing that turns me off about her.
She is. She always wants attention.
Mm-hmm. It's scary. You can tell that she came from a... she said that she came from a Christian household, and her dad was like a preacher or whatever.
Yeah.
You can totally tell. Because 9 times out of 10, those girls are the fucking craziest.
They are, dude. Because they don't grow up with, like, a sense of, oh, there's other things out there.
Yeah, they're sheltered as fuck.
Which is fine. You know, I'm not against religion of any kind.
No, I would
like,
never
Like, if you want to bring your kids up, like I was brought up in that religion, that's fine. But you get to a certain point, you're gonna realize, oh, there's other things out there, and you don't have to like, oh, I'm gonna switch religions now. Like you can still appreciate them though. Like, oh, there's other shit out there besides what I believe.
There's a great quote out there. I don't know who says it, but there apparently
It's okay to be rad, just don't be radical.
that too. Well, there's a quote. I don't remember who it's by, but there's over 900 religions in the world. That should tell you one thing. Somebody is wrong. Somebody is somebody.
That's true, man. Like I forget what show it is, but like I think it was South Park actually, and it was like a bunch of Christians like were talking to Satan, and they're like they're like in hell. They're like, well, we thought we were right, and Satan was like, nope, y'all were wrong. And they're like, well, who got it right? And he was like, the Mormons.
The Mormons.
And then they're all just looking around like, really? Not even like the Muslims were wrong? They're like, yep. They're like, and you know, like the Baptists were wrong? And they're like, yep. He's like, the Jewish people were wrong? He's like, yep. The Mormons were right.
It's that simple.
The craziest religion was right.
Mormons are crazy. All right. They did a whole episode on Mormonism on South Park, and it just made it look so stupid because, you know,
Yeah,
Joseph Smith.
And that's what really happened. This dude
He went into the woods and said that he talked to angels.
and found new commandments in a different book of the Bible.
He also said a Native American came down and spoke to him, and the Native American was white, And the red Native Americans were the Native Americans that killed the white Native Americans. Yeah, how
Like
stupid.
any religion that is young enough for like my parents to be like, yeah, that's not real, is I don't think should be taken seriously.
Yeah, that's not real. Well, that says a lot about religion, though.
Any religion young enough for anyone alive right now to be like, yeah, I remember when that came out. Like,
I remember when that happened.
I remember Mormonism's debut album.
Yeah,
Not that good. I wasn't interested.
The Book of Mormon.
I wasn't interested.
I want to see that play, The Book of Mormon.
Is it a play?
Yeah, they wrote a musical. Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh my god!
They wrote it's called The Book of Mormon.
I thought you were talking about like a serious thing for a second.
No, it stayed at the top for like 3 months.
That's kind of surprising.
Oh yeah, it was a good Broadway play. Like they did a great job. They choreographed it perfectly. Like Matt Stone and Trey Parker take their craft very seriously. I love those guys. I look up to those guys so much.
Yeah, they're I don't know, just the way that they're able to convey their comedy.
If I ever met them, I'd probably vomit.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd be like, it's my heroes. It's my heroes. Oh.
That's probably how I'm going to be at this concert that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I was reading the way that it goes. So he comes to the house, he plays, and then, like, he'll hang around for like an hour and just like talk and like take pictures and stuff. Like, I have a feeling I'm just gonna be like, my name is hey.
My name is Jordan.
Either that or I'll talk really fast. Like, I'm gonna fangirl all over him.
Yeah, right.
I know I'm going to.
Like, there are only a few people that I feel like let's see. If I met Bill Hicks, there's no way I could beat Bill Hicks, though. He's dead. But if I ever met Bill Hicks, I'd probably fucking shit myself.
Yeah, so there's only a couple. Pete Townsend, I would fangirl. Derek Webb, I'm going to.
Iggy Pop. I bet Iggy Pop, I'd freak out.
I'm trying to think. I probably would John Mayer, too.
Johnny Rotten.
Yeah.
That guy's interesting. But he also, like, I was watching a documentary they made on punk for Epics or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just talking shit to everybody.
Was he?
It kind of made it uncool. Like, he was too drunk, and he was just being a dick. He was a dick to Marky Ramone. He was like, you guys stole our sound.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it was pretty gnarly, though.
Yeah, there's only a handful of people I would be like that with.
Let's see.
Honestly, I would be that way with Adam Sandler, too.
Chuck Norris. Yeah.
Because, I mean, people give Adam Sandler shit, and I know
He was hilarious.
He's done, like, some shitty movies here recently, but
even
dude,
they were funny.
His stand-up is hilarious.
Like, have you ever seen The Cobbler? That shit was hilarious.
The, 8 Crazy Nights
Yeah.
is still one of my favorite, like, movies of all time.
Anything he did in SNL was good.
Dude, yes.
And people always try to talk about his SNL days, but those were the best. Chris Farley and Adam Sandler. And they let Chris Farley go. Did you know that? Chris Farley got fired from SNL.
Why?
I don't know. It might have been his... Well, John Belushi did it, but...
Drug use?
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, John Belushi also, like, died from it, so...
John Belushi, he got Fear, this punk band from New York. He got Fear a spot on SNL, and when they played, they destroyed the set.
Did they?
Like the whole thing. Yeah, like the punk kids came, and like they were just destroying the set, and apparently after that, they wouldn't book any more of those bands.
Like any kind of punk band?
Yeah, they were like, no, fuck off. Like, but John Belushi was apparently a very big fan of Fear, which is cool.
Adam Sandler hosted SNL last night.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he that's the first time he's hosted it, which is very odd. That's the first time he's hosted it, though.
I know you'd think that he would be hosting like a motherfucker, right?
That's like Childish Gambino. He was the first one to be the host and the musical guest at the same time.
He's the shit, though.
He's so
He
good.
can literally do anything.
I saw him in concert in like 2014. That was a good show, man.
That's the dog that I watched for 2 days. Well, I only watched it for 1 day. But,
Oh, really?
yeah. They ended up coming home.
On lunch.
No, they ended up I didn't watch it.
Oh, they came home.
Yeah, they came home like Thursday. It's the first of the month. It really is.
Yeah, what is it, the 7th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it'll be the 14th by the time people are hearing this.
Yeah, it will be. We gotta release this in like another week.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna I've been writing jokes and stuff for it, but now that we have this little break, I'm gonna try to make as much content as I possibly, or we'll try to think up as much content as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Like, within these 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it'll be 2 weeks before we have like another meetup.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
But I mean, that gives us both time to like think of ideas and stuff too.
Exactly, which is what I want to do. I just want to get all this fucking content, man.
Yeah. We will.
Oh, I know we will. We're already doing it.
Yeah, we're all ready.
Yeah. It's exciting, man, because I've never been at, like, all the artistic pursuits that I've tried never really have worked out.
Yeah.
But this is consistent. We're doing something consistently, and we're enjoying ourselves, which is literally the whole point. Like, any time that I've ever been in a band, I was always the one preaching, we're just here to have a good time, guys. Quit taking yourself so fucking serious.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a fine line that you have to have between taking it serious and like, okay, you know, this is just something that we're doing.
Exactly. Gotta be conscious of that too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get caught up in my head and I'm like taking it way too serious. I sit there and I'm like, man, we can have so many viewers and it'll be badass.
I mean, if we do, awesome.
Exactly. If we don't, at least we tried.
Yeah.
We had a good time. And, fuck it.
I think it will eventually, though.
It'll catch on. I mean, yeah, it'll catch on for sure.
I think after a while, it will.
People are already fucking coming up to me like, oh, you guys, yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
You got the fans right there, right beside you. He referenced you as Freedom Bill, man.
Yeah, he did, which is who I am. That's my alter ego.
Freedom Bill, who has the same personality as Seth Trivet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works out. I feel like it's more amped up though whenever I try to get into that headspace, because I'm trying to like pursue this outlandish character. I have all these ideas and crazy things that I think about, but I don't really say. You know what I mean? This gives you the platform to do that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. You know, like.
Yeah, I gotta head out in a minute. Gotta get that bag of tobacco, and then I gotta go to my parents for a little bit.
I'm sure that I have to go somewhere today. I just don't know where yet. I'm probably gonna just ride with my sister to my grandma's.
Hell yeah.
Take a wicked yes, which is code for P.
A wicked yes?
Yeah, have you ever watched that Family Guy episode where like they replace the word P with yes?
No.
And Peter's like, well, you guys hurry up. I gotta take a wicked yes.
I'm gonna start saying that now, though.
A wicked yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know, honestly, Jordan, I'm not trying to push you in that direction, but I feel like you would do very well on stage.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can tell stories. You can tell funny stories most of the time, right?
I try.
You're like, I try.
I try, man.
If not, you could at least come out with me and see the stuff.
But yeah, I'll definitely come check you out. Like, just let me know when you're doing it.
I've really gotta like practice more.
I think I need to work. If I do it, I would need to work on the delivery.
Me too.
I think you've got like the delivery down for the most part. I think you've got it. Like I would have to kind of work on it and kind of structure it, because when I'm telling a story, I'm kind of like all over the place with it. Like, you understand the point, but at the same time, I'm kind of like jumping around. I think if I could just narrow it down and just have like structure to it.
I think you'd be good at writing comedy songs too.
I feel like I could do that a whole lot easier.
Yeah, you good.
I could totally get up there and do like Flight of the Conchords stuff. Like I could see myself doing that. I'm gonna do that. I'm doing that tonight. I'm gonna see if I can write a comedy song.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We need to get together and do that sometime.
Comedy music?
Yeah, and just perform it on here.
Dude, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
It would be a great idea, I think.
Well,
I'm gonna go piss. And you guys have been awesome.
yeah, we're almost at an hour right now.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, we can go ahead and end it.
I feel like that's for the best.
All right. Well, you guys stay safe.
Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Which isn't much.
Yeah. Like,